Oh, morning everybody. Since I've had a haircut, it's more than appropriate that we do a bit of live training today, so I can show off my young person's haircut. As you can see, my hair is not thinning at all, so I still have it, so I'm not desperately clinging on to my youth. This is actually, this is all my own hair, what's left, and I'm going to keep pretending that I'm a child. Right, anyway, ignore the wrinkles. Anyway, so I'm a health person. Woo! Anyway, interesting statistic that came out the other day regarding the number of physically inactive people in the UK. Apparently, there are 20 million people in the UK who are physically inactive. Now, I don't know what the metrics are for that, and I don't know what they're basing it on, but it was an interesting statistic nonetheless. 20 million people in the country are inactive. Now, that begs a very interesting question. That may or may not surprise you. It doesn't surprise me that much because, again, I think the first thing to mention here is the definition of activity is a funny one, because people think unless they're sweating out sweating like a beast for an hour in the gym, they're not exercising, which I don't believe is true. I think being physically active is just literally can be just walking, doing something that's above and beyond what we do. Because let's be honest, it is a sedentary world now. You can't get away from the fact that it is a sedentary world. We are sitting down more. We are looking at technology more, aware of the irony. And we're not as physically, the jobs that we do are not as, for most people, are not as physically active anymore. So the environment isn't set up for being physically active, I don't believe, anymore. So that's another problem. So this brings us on to an interesting debate. Are these 20 million people that are physically inactive, are they lazy? That's the question. Are these 20 million people, are they lazy? Can we just call them lazy? And other people like me who are physically active, are we not lazy? And that's the question we need to ask ourselves. Now, I personally don't believe that 20 million people are lazy. Because number one, laziness isn't a thing. Yeah, so it's not real. It's just an opinion. It's just a word. Yeah, I think that actually what's more accurate is these 20 million people, a lot of them would probably do more if exercise was more accessible, if it was more results driven, and if people could see that actually what they're doing is benefiting them. Because the problem is that, say for example, and there's nothing wrong with going to the gym. I go to the gym, but if you pay a gym membership and you don't go, nobody's keeping you accountable. And as long as you keep paying, no one's going to question you, whether you're getting results or not. Because all that matters to a company is profit. We're all in business, we're all trying to work, earn money, so what matters to us is profit. However, if you're not getting results and you're paying a gym membership and not going, well, no one's gonna bat an eyelid, because ultimately for them all they want to do is make money. And it's not until loads of members start leaving that people start acting. So whilst there's nothing wrong with anything, gyms, whatever, classes, whatever, it's about you as an individual and what results are you looking for, and what's going to make activity more accessible for you so you feel comfortable in starting something. Because if you feel comfortable in starting something, and then you start to see results, you'll continue to do it. It's as simple as that, unless, the problem is we're either scared of starting because it's made out to be this big thing, like it needs to be an hour and you need to sweat and there's going to be loads of fit people in the group or the gym staring at you. So it's a very scary thing for a lot of people. And a lot of people, obviously, when they want to get fit and healthy, are starting off at a point of being self-conscious, because the reason why they want to change is because they're not happy with their body, they're not happy with themselves. So to go into an environment, whatever that might be, where you're going to feel self-conscious and more intimidated is not a great thing. So I don't think it's laziness per se. I think it's more about this accessibility and being results driven, I think, and finding more things that help people have more access to physical fitness and actually understand it more, so they know that actually a 30-minute walk a day at the start is enough. There's your first tip. Not that people don't follow tips, but people don't act on free information. There's another lesson for you. But how can we make it more accessible, and how can we make it more results driven? So how can we actually say to people, look, these are the results you're going to get, and keep them accountable and guide them through the process? Now, when you work with a coach like myself, that's what I try and do. It's results focused, really. It's about, what are you getting the results you want? Are you getting what you need from it? Is it helping you? Because if it's not, you won't do it. If someone's not giving you results, you will not do it. And the results are different for everybody. Some people are more tangible. Some people look at numbers. Some people look at, PBs and all that side of things. Other people just need a routine. Other people just need something so they can get out of the house, and have some time to themselves. And there's this such silly focus on numbers all the time that people forget that actually just going out and doing something is as good as anything else. So I think these 20 million people, it's easy for people that do what I do to put up memes and pictures saying they're lazy and indisciplined. It's not that. It's a lot of people, it's accessibility. Yes, some people are lazy, some people don't want to put any effort in, and that's fine, and they'll get the results of that behaviour. But the truth is, for a lot of people, if it was more accessible and they could see results, they would continue to do it. So I think for you, if you're watching this and you think you're lazy, but actually it's just a matter of finding something that works for you, then you've got to investigate, you've got to ask questions, you've got to be willing to maybe get some coaching, get some support, so you can get the help you need to help you stick to something, see results, and when you stick to it and see results, you will continue it. I've been doing this 12 years. I started at 5 stone overweight in 2005, and I've been doing this 12 years, and one thing I've never done is stop. Apart from sort of holidays and little breaks, I've never had like 3, 5, 6, 7 months off, a year off, because that will erode any work you've done. And that's because I found something I could stick to. But I also enjoyed the results more than anything else. So the effort it's always an effort, but I enjoyed the results. And I always had a comparison to say, well, you've been here, this is taking you here, this is better than that, if that makes sense. So just to finish on this point, if you're one of those 20 million people who thinks or classes yourself as physically inactive, don't call yourself lazy, don't beat yourself up, don't do any of that silly stuff. Just ask yourself, okay, what do I need to do to find something that's accessible for me, that's going to work for me, that's going to get me momentum, because momentum builds motivation. You don't get motivation first. Motivation's not a thing. You move, get momentum, then you build motivation. What's going to help me stick to something? What's going to help me get a result for me? And once you find that, I promise you, you will stick to it. But you have to ask yourself, accessibility, have I got accessibility? Have I got something I can stick to, and am I seeing results? And if you're seeing a result, that will help you stick to it. If you're not, you need to change what you're doing. If you're not seeing a result, it doesn't matter how much you feel emotionally about it. If it's not giving you what you need, you have to change it. And I say that to people who work with me. If they're not getting a result from the stuff that I do, got to change it. You have to get a result, because the results are what's going to keep you going. So don't call yourself lazy. Don't call yourself names. Don't give yourself labels. Get something that's accessible. Find something that's going to help you get results for you, and trust me, that will keep you going. And you're successful based on what you stick to. Someone who's lost 5 stone, kept it off for 12 years, you're successful based on what you stick to, not based on what you try, what you stick to, okay? That's all for today. So, accessibility and results. Those are the key things. You're not lazy, you just perhaps need a bit of help, okay? Have a good day.